It is Blade Master. It is a fast tech. And this will be the fastest way to Wyvern there is, the fastest tech in competitive Warcraft. And that would mean Blade Master, Shadowhunter, Wyvern, Wyvern, Wyvern. On the other side, Happy going with what worked best in the past couple of weeks, months, even years. DK for healing and movement speed, plus ghouls for damage, creeping, lumber, also trying to get the tech up. But then, is it gonna be Gargs or is it gonna be Fiends? Those are the options that we got here. What about the nerfs? We know Happy, Man of Steel, no nerfs whatsoever. SOIN has become better and better in that regard as well. Had some crazy reverse sweeps recently. Absolute fighter, especially. I mean, he was the one eliminating Life, right? This should have been Happy versus Life first round, but SOIN said, no, I'm better in that matchup. I kick you, the vice champion, out of that tournament. And from kicking out a vice champion, from kicking out a champion, it's not that much of a deal, not that much of a difference. Remo said the entire internet is gone, so I have the solo cast duty. Hopefully, pray that Remo Demo will be back for his insight analysis. I don't need an expert by my side to tell you that the Blade Master is freaking amazing. He got more HP, more armor, more damage, more attack speed. Got it all. DK on the other side is doing a fast expo. And that is something we couldn't have foreseen. Maybe on other maps, maybe on a Twisted Meadows, maybe on an Echo Isles. Expansions are a thing, but not here. Not on Autumn Leaves usually. I really hope that SOIN has an idea of what's going on, because it's not that easy. You don't scout as Orc. Not really. You roam around with the blade. He had an idea that Happy went to the right-hand side and he couldn't find him at the green spot. He couldn't find him at the expo. So just by going down the possibilities... Oh, he might be blind to this, guys. He might just be blind to this. He's checking everywhere where Happy is. Expo, green, in the middle, but he's nowhere to be found. Now, scan, tier 3, Shadowhunter, Wyvern are coming. Happy second base, 30 seconds to finish. Oh, SOIN the Wolf Tamer. Ah, that was a neat idea. That was a very neat idea. So SOIN knows now that there is an expo. He sees there is no tech. He's attacking all the acolytes pretty much at the same time. This is preparation. DK will be there and be able to coil some. Wait, this one wasn't able to... Happy wasn't able to save this one. So now we got 3 acolytes hurt, but only single target healing. Is that enough over time? Or is the Blight regeneration too strong in hindsight? So there's no option left than this expansion. SOIN knows. What's he gonna do with it? He got a Shadowhunter, is on the way. Hex, one of the most powerful timings that you can get, especially with the Pimp Blade Master with good DPS. Happy is level 3 already. This is usually something you try to prevent because coils are incredibly strong on that level. But Shadowhunter is, oh no, trying to push the Wildkin, but it's not moving. Now it is, and Happy smells it. Moving with the DK into coil range. This took a long time. Couple of things not working out. Happy scanning here if the Blade Master is around. Oh, can SOIN do something about it? Happy sees, where are you? Blade Master is distracting. This Wildkin is doing quite a journey. Now we got the damage in, but this is all time that Happy needs for the expansion. We get it creeped up. We got the altar back and the tech is running too. Blade Master not part of this creep, delays everything by a lot. I would say everything at the moment in Happy's favor. If an undead expansion is coming up without disruption, that's a very, very good thing for the undead, obviously. Don't. For a second, I thought if the creep's gonna deny. The Shadowhunter is exposed. The skeleton is here. Bash, bash, bash. Ooh. boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Things are not looking great for SOIN. Everything extremely fragile. He is taking risks, and I think that's exactly what you need. Sometimes you look like an absolute genius if things go right, and sometimes you look like a fool when these risks are backfiring. And speaking of fire, we're gonna get some heavy fire in this one. Nice counter hack, so it needs this XP. Disengaging, so far so well done. Shadowhunter nuked full mana on the DK, but the disengage, pretty perfect. This could have been it already, I am inclined to say. Prevents the Shadowhunter from level 2 though. Steal by SOIN. Shows his brilliance with the Blade Master. Surely his truest asset. And chat is celebrating this. Spam this dopin to help SOIN. Wyvern numbers need to rise. This was all pretty much pretty chaotic. We forgot a burrow. Or we go for a tiny now. And we are going for a tiny now. SOIN seems to have a lag. Lion also. Fly also. Okay. For me, everything was very fine. But you know, routing in the internet is a tricky, tricky thing. Happy is getting filthy rich. Decides to go with Fiends, not Gargs. This is one of the fast expansions SOIN could possibly do. He skipped a burrow to not be up at 50, but expanding at 40. This is the counter expansion. He doesn't have that much to fear. And also Happy. Temple of the Damned. No way he's playing Necro Wagons. This could very well be Fiend statues, Banshees. Banshees amazing for the curse alone. But imagine, there is no Dispel in SOIN either. So we'll see what this is. It could be a vicious timing. Just throwing it out there that there is a little bit of a chance. We're gonna keep the Temple of the Damned selected, so in 5 seconds we're gonna know. No level 3 for SOIN is surely a bit of an issue. No critical strike 2, which he might need. Banshee it is. That was the more reliable solution. It's the better solution against the Blade Master as well. This is actually very much like Mr. Remo Demo played during his heyday. Back in W3 Arena days already, he told me, Fiend Banshees, man. Fiend Banshee versus Orc is so freaking good. Maybe he's the real prophet after all. We're gonna get a Banshee up. We're gonna get a Watchtower up. SOIN is trying to distract on the cost of punishing the Undead expansion, on the cost of experience. The experience only goes to Happy for now. We got Double Claw, Invuln, Wand of Negation against Hexes as well. This bought time for towers, but he still needs 30 seconds. It didn't buy enough time. The early game maybe wasn't clean enough. And now this base is under fire. The damage by SOIN is solid, but that's about it. We got an orb. The web is coming in. Gotta cancel that. Nuke on the Shadowhunter. This is looking very, very desperate already. Switching to Kodos, but Happy dodges the Kodo Devour. Absolutely brilliant. Coil, nuke, damage buff gone. It's all down to the Blade Master. He needs critical strike too, but didn't really skill this yet. Happy leaps and bounds ahead. 20 food, and now there's curse on the carry hero. I don't think there is a chance, man. Very neat idea by SOIN. I think theory crafting worked really well, and it is a cool new build that we haven't really seen before. And if everything goes well in the early game, I think this can be extremely powerful and catch Happy by surprise. Unfortunately, Happy caught SOIN by surprise as well with that expo that wasn't read, that wasn't scouted for a long time. And now it's just the end of that sad line with... Is this tier 2, by the way? Tier 2 push by Happy. He had enough of this super strong Orc tier 3 that rips you apart with 300 critical strike, with tier 3 Kodo Aura, Wyvern Poison. You know, it's absurd sometimes how strong Orc can be if you leave him alone. Expansion, tier 2 push, go, go, go. Very fresh, very new approach. And SOIN was ready for this match, wasn't ready for Happy's adjustments. Expo done. This is a huge XP lead. This is a huge supply lead, which will not change, by the way, because SOIN is supply block. The Fiends did a wonderful job. Kodo's coming in. SOIN has been a big fan of Kodo's in the past couple of weeks. They are extremely sturdy against Coil Nova. Fiends do some damage to them. You can even out the supply. Oh my god. Oh my god! He dodges every single devour with this Kodo Beast. Ridiculous Fiend Micro by Happy. Remo and I, again, had a little bit of a discussion. Who has the better Fiend Micro? And I think we have a consensus now in mirror matches. It might be 1-2-0, especially when it's about focus fire. But in kiting, nobody is as good as Happy. What a match. What a performance. What a god. And we have a creeping Blade Master. This means SOIN is again completely blind. He doesn't know where Happy is going. Is Happy going creeping? Is Happy going north? Is Happy going west? But we go for the creep. We go for the lab. Very powerful. Good start. Good items usually. Not the damage that SOIN wants. And not the speed that Happy has with Coil. That he immediately uses, of course, to get the mana regen in. And to make use of the spells available. And the Acolyte in the middle sees that SOIN is coming over. So, Happy this time. No 6th Acolyte. The map might be big. But the creep spot is also rather hard-ish. Use the lab to scout an expo. That is, I think, too expensive. It's a nice idea. But especially, like, the earlier the game, the more worth has the gold. And the scan is like 75? That's a lot of gold. That is like 20% of attack. Speaking of text, it is progressing. Happy with Blade Master counterplay, at least trying to. And SOIN again has issues finding Happy. He wants to creep Jack. He wants to be around the DK to prevent level 3 that is oftentimes a mid-game win condition, but he's blind, man. He is so blind. And he's on the opposite side of where he wants to be. A lot of wasted time for SOIN, unfortunately. Also not going into the undead main, which I think is walled off. It's a beautiful base build by Happy to prevent exactly such Blade Master plays. And that gives the shop in the temple and the usually immensely contested green spot to Happy, and that's level 3. Now we come in with level 2. No Windwalk though, so no surprise. Coil in the face right away, and it is the 140 damage Coil for level 2. Problematic situations for SOIN here. Happy is dictating the game like it's nothing, man. It's mental, and mental is also having 10 minutes without internet. Remo Demo, how did you survive?
Yeah, you know, the sweat was pouring, the stress was high. Here's just hoping that I never for once again am without internet in my life. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried. It seems a bit unstable. But hey, good thing is, there's nothing we were missing. And we are on my new favorite map, Shared Exile. I love to see it. I love to see that SOIN likes it as well.
What do you mean we didn't miss anything? We missed your expert analysis and insights and beauty throughout your absence. But now you're hopefully here for the rest of the day. It is a very problematic situation for SOIN, I want to say. Getting his ass whooped with a tier 2 push on map 1. Couldn't find Happy at the beginning of map 2. There is at least no expansion this time. And the Wyvern are coming, and the creep pull works a lot better for SOIN this time with the Forest Troll. But hold that thought. DK is coming. Oh, that wasn't easy to prevent. Steal. There must be a coil, but there wasn't. And SOIN's troubles are getting bigger and bigger.
It seems like undeads, especially on the very top level, have gotten so good at identifying these hex creep patterns, right? It is seemingly so easy to disrupt, especially if DK is level 3. This DK isn't just level 3, he's level 3.6.
Yes, that's problematic. I mean, I'm at like 3.6 age. It's not getting better for me either. Rain pointing out, Happy forced the frost armor so SOIN can't creep it. Yep, those are these moments, the attention to detail that Happy has that makes every single map so difficult for his opponents.
Trust in the Wyvern, I guess, is what SOIN is thinking to himself right now. Those have been key units oftentimes for Orcs to win in the late game. Not just the Wyvern, but also the heroes. And how are they looking? Blade Master so far, very good defensive items. Those are really good for TC, by the way. But he's going to need to find some more damage as well.
Yeah, that's the big problem. We don't have a marketplace here. There is a few things to creep, but nothing in close proximity. The mercenary camp gives you a consumable, so that won't help in the damage department either. Happy again. Going Fiends, no Gargs, and SOIN coming in with the classic 4 Wyvern, 2 Bat, 50 food combo, I assume. No Expo this time on his side.
It is still a lot of creeps left on the map, so this is normally always a great thing for Orcs to look forward to. We don't have the third hero TC yet, but I would certainly assume we're going to see him. For a while there in the past, we saw only dual hero with Wyvern. It started out with Farseer Shadowhunter, then Blade Master Shadowhunter with Mass Wyvern, and some bats, as you mentioned already. But nowadays, it seems like the TC is just such a great late-game weapon. The goal for Orc is anyways to stay alive as long as possible. Don't die, don't lose, don't die, don't lose, delay, kill, level, and grow. And that goes perfectly hand in hand with a TC if you can have that triple hero to build on that late-game power.
Right on. That TC was not present because there was air meta with gargoyles, right? And the TC is many things. Gorgeous first and foremost, but against air, he doesn't do that much except accelerate your army and movement speed. Now that the meta is apparently shifting to Fiends again, that's a great help against them. Speaking of things that help, Wand of Mana Stealing, Sobi Mask, Flute. Pretty sweet items for the Hapster.
You think so? You think that are those okay? Are those manageable items? Yeah, maybe.
I can tell you, RNG is not getting the ... today.
Dude, that is insane. Here, I would love to have the Chinese overlay. How much mana is this gonna be in the end?
A lot, man. You can tune into BBC stream if you like. I mean, I do the camera control for ya. Blade Master also no level 2 crit. That's annoying. No level 2 heal wave yet. That's annoying. The Kodo is getting intercepted. That's annoying. Bro, Happy is all over SOIN this entire series. This poor lad can't get a foot on the ground.
One thing he doesn't have is a third hero. Interesting. We said for a long time that there's no clear great third hero against this mass air style. Alchemist gets chopped down. The Dark Ranger, Silence Black Arrow doesn't do too much against this army normally. Pit Lord, meh, whatever. Maybe Happy's just gonna play dual hero only, and I don't even hate it.
Yep, Coil Nova level 3 is mental. The artillery against Wyvern is working so well. We mix in a Temple of the Damned again, and we mix in another Acolyte. Could just be a Shade. Could also be an expansion, as he played this before, and he's leaps and bounds ahead of the competition so far.
Strong showing by Happy here. Doesn't come as a big surprise to us. We're used to seeing him compete basically always on the top level. One of the posts you translated from Dear X3 Demon recently was pretty interesting, right? When the player said that Happy basically never has a day off, or sometimes maybe he does not play his best, but in finals he always plays insane. I thought that was pretty fascinating. This is of course not the final. He's expected to go there. The Blade Master now with a creep. Jack, low HP immediately. The Wyvern looking for kills, getting a Fiend, and the Fiend count is indeed pretty low.
So it needs a little bit of help here. The bat is not detonating, but the heal ward immediately chopped down by Frostmourne. Destroyers in the air. No bats. They didn't work out. Happy doesn't like the position though. Wyvern exit kill. This is a 5 food lead, but the rest of the camp goes to SOIN, who is thirsting for XP. It was a bad 10 minutes. This engagement, though, okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty even, I guess. We may be able to call this a wash. Game goes on. No big lead on either side. And I would say that's normally a good sign for the Orc. The better we get to higher levels, the better it is for the Orc, especially with Triple Hero. But in fact, nobody's playing Triple Hero. Haven't seen that in forever.
Right?
Both players just 2 heroes, yeah.
SOIN might want level 3 critical strike, and he might need that. Shadow Hunter level 4, not super important. But then you don't want a TC to soak up all the XP for the Blade Master. He sold every single ring. For me, kind of an indicator that he doesn't want a TC at all. We have
now he goes TC after selling 3 rings. I'll be mad.
That's the biggest tome of experience we've ever seen then. It can just nuke him down for sure. SOIN will not have any answers to the Banshees.
Yeah, he can maybe hope for a good speed scroll engagement, snipe the Banshees quickly with a bit of hex play, try to minimize the Curse appliance. But Curse is insane against this army. More Curse also means less poison damage, less Blade Master damage. When the Wyvern getting caught there in the corner, it's going to be another snipe. Happy close losing a Destroyer, but I think he knows exactly what coil timing he can rely on, just like so. I don't know, man. Happy's looking pretty good so far.
Dude, the read was insane to see that the Wyvern are coming here. Of course, the Shade is helping, right? But Happy was still at the perfect time, at the perfect place. The Destroyers are here. Everything is hurt already. Oh, he didn't attack because Coil Nova, of course, and the spells ruined this Orc. Can you call it army? I don't know. I don't want to dare it an army.
Picked off 2 Wyvern here. Got no return kills. Did SOIN. He damaged the Destroyers. Maybe the DK is gonna run low on mana for healing. Ha 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 ha, just kidding. He's got a Sobi Mask.
Exactly, and the statues, of course, one of the best units in the entire game. I think it's time for a desperate play. I think it's time for a tiny Great Hall. If that works, all right. If not, the Shade is giving Happy every single bit of information that he needs, and he wins pretty much every single fight here. 2 Wyvern against 2 Destroyers with coil support. Not winnable for SOIN.
SOIN is looking a little bit, I don't know, overstretched, clueless. What is the thing to do here? What is the winning play? You called for a tiny Great Hall, maybe? That can be a great tool to win, either when the opponent doesn't scout for it and you get lucky, or if you're ahead already. But SOIN certainly isn't ahead, and Happy certainly is scouting all the time with these Shades.
As so often, man. It's so incredibly hard also. So many people say, just dust, bro, just dust. Yeah, but you don't know if the Shade is there at the moment. You see, Happy is always roaming. Like, the Shade was there. Now the Shade is not there. The Shade is checking right-hand side. Shades are everywhere, also with the army the entire time as an anti-Blade Master solution. For us, it's super easy to say, but if you like buy dust and reveal the entire time, that's hundreds and hundreds of gold that won't be in your army. We do get a dust now, but might all just be a little too late.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how in the longest time in Warcraft history, Shades were considered kind of useless. Yeah, you make them if you really need detection, but in the hands of a great player, the way this gives you information on the map of where to go and what the right place to strike is, Happy is making them look pretty insane sometimes. Now he's got a big army, 65 supply, spent all of his resources, and we finally have a Dark Ranger, by the way. Interesting, very late game Dark Ranger edition, just to have silence, while the DK and the Lich leveled before. I think he probably mainly got her in case there's a TC. But if there isn't, then it's still okay.
Yeah, I agree. This is a tough base to crack, as it always is for Orcs. The burrows might help. We even got spikes. I like that. Pretty cheap. But Blade Master is not in position. Was chasing something. Shop down. No potions, but he went a little shopping before. An Orc main is called Fortress for a reason. Can Happy crack this?
3 statues on the ground, continuously healing. You know, the Fiend count is kind of low. If someone has the perfect engagement here, kills 2 fiends immediately, eats another, and maybe he has a chance that these air units of his, the Wyvern, will end up being superior. In we go with the speed score. What's the target gonna be? Going for the Banshees first, but the fiends are the real problem, and the webs are here already, and the Wyvern numbers are dropping quickly.
Happy has great solutions to everything. Blade Master's trying best he can. Invo Potion is still up. Oh, the coil timing. Frame perfect as so often. Deny on the other Fiend. Happy's playing out of his mind great. This was pretty much unsalvageable. Because Lich, care, Hex. Backstab not enough! Are you kidding me? There is no mana for now. Backstab to kill the Lich. So it is fighting. 20 food down. It is still a little desperate, but a moment of brilliance there by SOIN.
It's a big mistake by Happy actually having no slots on the Lich to pass an item or even have an invul. He's supposed to have an invul right there. Happy maybe got a bit complacent with how he owned the first couple of seconds in the fight. That Lich was exposed, and SOIN finds the punch. He now is level 5 Blade Master finally. Sadly, though, he doesn't have the craziest inventory.
That's right. He got claws, he got good attack speed as well. Can we purge this statue? Happy has the resources for a dieback soon. Not at the moment.
Must have been a bug or something. No purge on the statue. That's
yeah,
weird.
right? It's odd. We are selling buildings already for Happy in the main. Alta and Ziggurat.
Look at the 60 supply capacity, and there we go. Goes for the Invul Potion now. Does Happy. Yeah, that's certainly a mistake. You need to have, like, going for a push into the Orc base without Invul is kind of crazy. But with how far Happy was ahead, he could get away with it, even with losing the Lich. He still has this lead, clearly.
Can SOIN muscle up a little bit of an army? He's not paying upkeep. He does get more gold. There's no second base. I was about to say very problematic that the shop is gone, but he rebuilt it in the back of the base again, so clarities are running. Blade still has an invul. We're also going for Dust against Burrow, which is available now. Does Happy still have Banshees? Yes, 2 of them.
Again, forced to huddle in the back of the base. When you're this far in the back, sometimes it can be difficult to get out with your army blocking each other. But of course, with an air army, that's the nice thing. They never block each other. They're nice, they can always move, but they also clump, and it makes them very susceptible to AoE damage like the Nova. That bestiary goes down, and that means no more production for SOIN.
Yeah, he can spend 500 gold on items now, or upgrades. Still rebuilding. SOIN is sharking for reinforcements. The Blade is not here. The Blade is always in between army, but he sees no production coming, trying to spread a little bit of poison. Shade is giving great vision as so often. Shadow, maybe a little too far forward, maybe trying to bait a coil or a Nova. Can SOIN get some kills here?
He's gonna get that Banshee for sure. Very low HP. The Shadowhunter, speaking of low HP, also there in serious trouble. Healing himself, being in decent fighting shape again, I guess. But the Wyvern now getting webbed, getting all picked off. Kodo comes forward, gets off a Devour. Small mistake there maybe. The Coil Nova now is crazy. The DK has so much mana again thanks to that Sobi Mask. Man, this was a great game for a Sobi Mask.
Right on. Blade about to die here as well. There's an invul. I feel like SOIN's fights are getting crisper and sharper. The heal wave timings were really good. But now both heroes are low. We're just waiting for the Nova. Exactly. And that is GG. The man who wears a DK at his approbation is taking the 2-0 Dmitry Kostin, one step away from the winner bracket semifinal.
Doing it with different strats as well. A little bit of fast expo, a little bit of one base play. Happy showing what he's capable of. And SOIN, you were mentioning it already, start of the day. Most likely he's going to rely on the Wyvern. But the Wyvern right now not seeming to be the winning ticket. I feel like especially this tier 2 creeping, Hex creeping nowadays. Against Happy, this doesn't work anymore. There's always a DK somewhere. He's always level 3. He's always going to mess with you. And you find yourself so far behind. That's of course the big danger of rushing tier 2 or tier 3 like this. No creeping at the start. You're going to be playing from behind. Right now, Happy isn't giving away that lead. Yeah, and this used to be his worst matchup. Nowadays, does Happy even have a bad matchup? Not so sure that he does. It certainly isn't against humans, certainly isn't against Night Elf. Maybe the Undead Mirror he struggles the most in, but there also he has been looking pretty damn dominant, as he has for a long time. #1 ELO player for the longest time, indeed. Touched on it earlier. He made every single B Cup Grand Final that he ever played in, which is one of his many sick stats. Oh, Happy, wait, he canceled the tech? No. Did he? No, I must be hallucinating. I thought seeing the Blade Master scouting, or the Blade Master creeping rather, maybe he's going for the Expo after all. But no, no Skull, no Acolyte, no expansion. But he is going for a daring creep at the gold mine right away.
Yeah, I was looking at the inventory. Do you have a Skull? Do you want to be cheeky here once again and expand? But that is not the case, as you mentioned. It's very easy to read, very easy to scout. You know what? I think chat has to help us here a little bit and pray for some absurd items. We do have a marketplace here. We do have lots of claws possible here. This must be the map for a mega pimp Blade Master.
Speaking of which, Blade Master is solo creeping on his side of the map. It's kind of weird. Normally either you go harassing, trying to steal last hits or ghouls or items or something, or you solo creep items away from your opponent's side of the map to leave more in the end on your side. But he's going very passively for the Ogre Magi. Of course, he's going to be able to take him out. Big healing. All right, that's nice. But of course, the DK with all those ghouls is creeping way faster.
Exactly. And I don't really know what this brought for SOIN. He still has to go for the shop. He still has to heal. Is fast tacking. Okay, but yeah. Is not feeling confident that he can steal something away from Happy. So what's the flight plan now?
Well, if the series keeps going the way it has so far, he might be saying they came from behind later when he gets obliterated again, as Happy has done so far in this series. Blade Master has still not found the opponent. SOIN has very little idea of what's going on here so far.
See, that's 3 out of 3. He is checking the mind. Like, okay, I can't creep this away from you. I can't find you there. Happy is doing very good evasion creeping, running around, and has so much time. And another guaranteed, easy, uncontested level 3.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit too easy. Is he going to get the lab as well? Happy now.
He's going
moving
gold
south.
mine.
Yeah, he might just creep enemy camps away now. He's got a strong coil, lots of mana. He could take that camp away, and then if he's got the Shadow Hunter timing down, follow up with interrupting, you know, the hex creeping.
SOIN is still blind, dude. This is so sad how he sees the corpses, man. I see dead people.
Happy is pretty unlucky here with the items. Double parry-apt. That could have been something way better. I guess one parry on the ledge is kinda decent, but far from the best. There's a marketplace right there. Can maybe look for some better items over there if he wishes. And look at the Skelly scouting. He knows exactly when that shadow is coming out.
That's right. The vision is everywhere on Happy's side, and the vision is nowhere for SOIN. He's playing with his eyes closed, basically. Finds him now in the middle, but there's no damage output. There's no great items for SOIN. Again, not a pimp Blade Master as you would like it to be. And this is a very readable creep route. This is what everyone does. And what everyone does gets punished by Happy.
This doesn't work anymore, guys. Can't do that against Happy. Aggressive coils against the Shadow. DK is really tanky thanks to those parry-ups. And it's level 1 Blade Master. We don't even have crit yet.
Oh, he's pulling the null back. So there's no chance for SOIN to do this. Okay. That is the hardest punish, man. Crazy by Happy again. How he has all... You know, there's 2 types of people. One person sees a creep manip like this with hacks and pushing, etc. is, oh, it's so broken, fix, fix, fix. And there's another kind of people, like Happy. It's like, okay, you do this. I just find a way to punish that so hard. And so its game is in the garbage can again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, this is a bad spot. Happy having full control of this map. You can see the confidence within him. He's moving aggressively, trying to find a punish. Losing a Wyvern early would be very, very bad. Losing the Shadowhunter would be even worse.
This is a
Yourself trying to save him. Hex trying to get distance from the Lich. Terrifying position for SOIN here.
terrifying position for everybody in this tournament, judging from how happy he's playing today.
Kind of crazy. Happy now backing off, waiting for tier 3 to finish. There's going to be some wonderful upgrades to be had.
A player's forces are
But Happy can't get too complacent here. This game was great so far for him. But if he missed micros in the first 50 supply fight, he could get super owned. If 3 bats connect and all the guards are instantly dead, and the destroyers fall next because you don't react quickly enough, there is a great chance to come back with this kind of an orc army.
Exactly. And on this map, we can use the marketplace as well. So items are not mega critical as they are on other maps. You can always go to the shop and pawn something in, get something out of there. Happy is pushing though.
player's forces.
Ghoul timing, destroyer timing. SOIN sees this for once, but he's level 2-1. And now he has to watch how Happy eats his desired Null Overseer.
I drink your milkshake. Happy is saying, didn't even allow him to take the null. Nova Coil on the blade, has to use the heal pot. Out of the fight, didn't get a steal. I gotta say, this is looking a bit hopeless right now.
I say this looks pretty perfect. This is looking like almost the perfect series. This reminds me of what we called the perfect game at Raraland 1. It was Happy versus SOIN, where SOIN couldn't get a single kill and Happy got like 12 steals and last hits throughout the series. Yeah, we're very close to like that one.
So far, this is an outmatch, if ever we saw one. SOIN right now struggling in this matchup. We saw that also yesterday against 1-2-0. There he played very different stuff, trying to hide his Wyvern play. Today he's showing it. So far to no effect.
Desperate times, desperate measures. Red Spot needs a big item here. Hood of Cunning. Okay, a little bit of damage. There's the speed scroll. He has to disengage in no time. Everything is hurt. Everything is very susceptible to Coil Nova. Has to use one of these heal waves. This was maybe the only one he got if he wants to go for a Hex as well. Ghoul Frenzy, Dark Ranger, all here.
Dispel the speed scroll before the foot connection is in. But hey, here we go. 2 bats do get in. Get rid of the acolytes after the gargoyles, I mean. But also a Wyvern goes down, and still a supply lead on Happy. Gets a little bit more experience here from the rest of the camp. Death Knight is a bit low mana. In this game, he doesn't have a Sobi Mask. Maybe SOIN has a chance that coils will run out.
That's right. You heard it here, guys. Remo wants flying workers for undead, and I'm the one ruining the balance. Speaking of
Or how about a carrier? You know, I know that there's the carrier model somewhere in Warcraft 3 because I saw that in Footman Frenzy 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Very good idea. Very, very good idea. We got a health stone, which is really nice against hero focus. We got a heal potion. Oh, the confidence, man. I don't need a health stone, brother. I'm playing against this Blade Master without any big damage items. I can control my hero. I don't need help.
And Happy knows exactly where to go next. All the relevant camps are here in this bottom right corner. All put together, lots of experience, bunch of good items. And Happy is very close to 2 level ups on DK and Lich.
Rookie son, thank you for the prime. That is number 5 of the day. We need an absurd amount of crits. We need the best bat detonations. You can see already, if the bat count is the same as the Wyvern count, something went very wrong here. And yeah, you just gotta hope, pray, send the bats in, and justify the means.
Speed scroll, in we go. Happy dispelling from long range. 1 Bat Rider eliminated, but there's still 1 more. And there's another around the corner.
No!
Oh, blows up against an illusion, though. I think that's what it hit. A little bit of a waste right there. And there's still Gargs in the air. There's a big Nova on those Wyvern. And they are slowly trying to fly away. Most of them's going to be going down. And almost nothing left.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have to beat around the bush that this is gonna be Happy's win. Blade Master goes down, SOIN absolutely 0 chance. Waterfall from Grace for SOIN. 2 days ago. He's the one eliminating the Vice World Champion with a Herculean performance, overcoming every odds there was against life. 2 days later, he's waking up in a constant nightmare, which contradicts himself a little bit, but you know what I'm saying, and gets dragged through the arena by Happy, who plays perfect game after perfect game after perfect game and is in the round of 6.
Yeah, this Playmaster play early. You know, when you see games like this, where things don't go well, where the scouting doesn't hit, where you just run into nowhere, it seems like this is the worst strat ever. Which is why it's so much more amazing when we see players like Focus or, most of the time, Lin play it perfectly, everything comes together.